with Rose Riesman, who's known for swapping it, kind of telling us what's good, bad, and kind of what's ugly sometimes too for our health.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes to have just infrequently, not too often.
Yeah.
But it's holiday season, Frank. Let's get going with appetizers because we're standing around a lot of parties today and munching and munching and munching.
And we're looking for those easy appetizers that we can just kind of pop in and
you may not want to pop in because you're going to pop out, I think, too much.
Go under that expansion phase. I call that spandex under pressure.
Yeah. And then we make the New Year's resolutions. I'll be back in January telling you what to do. Okay. So here we go. Let's go to M&Ms. I mean, it's fabulous to pick up appetizers, lots of options. So first of all, crispy chicken wings. So the minute you hear crispy, means it's been bathed in oil, all right? Deep fried, breaded, seasoned, the whole bit. 8 wings here, okay, a little bit of drumsticks as well. 920 calories. 56 grams of fat. So considering ladies, especially, we should be having 1,200 calories a day. This is almost your day's intake. Equivalent, this is going to blow your mind. We're going to talk about fat today, or Frankie, do me the honors.
Look at this. Look at this. She showed me this earlier.
9 country-style classic turkey and bacon club sandwiches in terms of fat.
Unbelievable.
So when I was preparing this yesterday, one of my sons came in and he said, what? Like, he looked at me. I said, we're talking in terms of fat. So every time you eat that, that's the amount of fat you're putting into your body.
Yeah, so not in terms of calories, fat.
Fat, all right? And calories is a different thing. But instead, you can still have your wings from M&M's. You can have barbecue chicken wings, all right? Here we have 8 equaling 400 calories versus a 920 and only 24 grams of fat versus a 56. Now, here's the thing. If, let's say, you're eating these wings and you love them for dinner appetizers, if you do this twice a week, you swap it, you will have lost 15 pounds without doing anything else in your diet. That's why I like swap it, because it's these small changes that you make that really can make a difference at the end of the year.
And there's options. That's the whole thing. It's not necessarily saying don't eat.
I'm not telling you not to eat.
It's just as you're walking down that buffet aisle or through that little hors d'oeuvre section.
You'll remember next time you see the crispy wings. All right. So now let's take a trip to President's Choice, Loblaws. Okay, so we have Angus beef satays. And beef is usually quite lean and it doesn't look very harmful there, but Angus...
Protein.
That's right, and that's what you said before the show. It is protein, but there's different forms of protein, and protein like this, animal fat, has saturated fat. So what you want to be careful of is the minute you hear the word Angus, it's usually a fattier cut of meat.
But it tastes better.
It tastes delicious. So, all right, not terrible. 2 of these, 260 calories, 17 grams of fat. But put this in perspective. You'd have to walk for 1 hour at a moderate pace to burn these off. Just, got the dog, it's cold, but go for a nice walk. Equivalent in fat, this is going to blow you away. Go ahead. Yes. 3 filet mignons in terms of fat. And last night I was at this Chinese food restaurant where they have fillets, and I was telling everybody, guys, forget the pork back ribs, forget this, enjoy the filet mignons. So you're still getting your beef, delicious beef, lean, same amount of fat. But instead, you can go to the blue menu at Loblaws and pick chicken skewers. 2 chicken skewers are 90 calories versus the 260, 1 gram of fat versus the 17 grams of fat.
And I can dip that in tzatziki sauce?
Tzatziki is fantastic, and you could even afford a little peanut sauce because you save so much in terms of the beef. All right?
Good.
So there you go.
Shrimp.
I'm giving. Shrimp. Okay.
This is popular.
M&M's again. Shrimp are really popular. Jumbo coconut shrimp. The minute you hear the words jumbo and coconut, watch out. Okay? You know it's deep fried.
Coconut goes right to your butt.
You got it. So 6 of these, 280 calories. Okay, 16 grams of fat, equivalent to, I couldn't even cover it all up. I went to KFC, 16 sides of gravy is equivalent to the fat. This really made me laugh. But the good thing is, there you go, guys, KFC gravy's not so bad for you. But if you could have 16 of these, it blows my mind to imagine
just looking
the fat.
at this hurts my insides. It's just that much.
But Frankie, then we can understand why when the doctor says we need to lose a few pounds, our cholesterol's up. We know these are the little reasons that aren't so little in the end. But instead, you could have double the amount of just beautiful grilled or steamed shrimp coming in at 112 calories versus the 280, 1.4 grams of fat. Versus the 16 grams
just
of
go
fat.
to the shrimp ring.
The shrimp, the cocktail sauce is great. And finally, we're going to go over to Metro. All right, so quiche. When they say French women don't get fat, they will if they keep eating these.
They usually say real men don't eat quiche.
Real men don't eat quiche. All right.
I do.
First of all, remember quiche, usually a shortening type of crust, cream, eggs, and cheese.
Sounds great.
Sounds fantastic, and it is. 4 of these little guys, do you think mini is always better? 4 of these little guys, 320 calories, 24 grams of fat. Equivalent to, in terms of fat, 4 sunny-side-up eggs with 3 strips of bacon.
That's what I have every morning.
Okay, so there you go. You're eating a better breakfast. But it's funny. I go into a coffee shop in the morning. This is what people are eating.
That's exactly what they're eating.
And it's a lot of fat for the morning. But just keep in mind when you're at your little parties.
Yeah, you look, like put it even closer together.
You can pop them in so quickly. Look at that.
That's your equivalent.
That's the fat. And the fat, guys, is what's clogging your arteries, which leads to heart disease, which leads to high cholesterol. But instead, go for the phyllo. The phyllo appetizers. Phyllo is just that nice thin dough, just brushed.
It's very nice.
It's very nice. It's still, when they make it, it's still a little fattening. It's brushed with butter, but not so much as this. So 4 of these equal 140 calories versus the 320. 5 grams of fat versus the 24 grams of fat.
Nice.
So by swapping it, you're still enjoying. I'm not telling you to go and eat carrot sticks and celery at your Christmas parties.
Well, that's what I feel like right now. I'm gonna like, where's the cucumber slices?
No, but there you go. You can have the wings, you can have the chicken skewers, you can have the shrimp. Just keep in mind, if you're going to have the other, be good the next day then.
Yeah.
That's all, not to eat it. But swapping it is a great way to just teach yourself how to have less calories, less fat, ultimately feel and look better.
Feel and look better, and that's the ultimate goal, especially as we go into the holiday season.